joining. Please hit that like and subscribe button for me. Also, let me know if you're able to hear me okay in the chat. We have unemployment news coming out for the dollar. They are expecting it to come out what looks like lower than lower than before. So in the next 6 minutes, we'll see if it does so or not. All right, and for the most part, you guys believe that news will come out good for the dollar. So that means we should see price get below, I'm sorry, the results should come out lower than 220,000. All right. I think a lot of people are losing their jobs. Unemployment claims, uh, the last unemployment claim for the dollar was way higher than expected. Um, so yeah, here it is, right? They forecasted 219,000 and it came out 222,000. So that was bad for the dollar and it caused it to tank, all right? Um, I think it's going to be the same situation here, that the results are going to come out higher than expected. But again, that's just my guess. All right, we will see in just a few minutes here. So again, if you haven't already, go ahead and cast your vote whether or not you think the dollar will rise or fall. Nas looks like it's going to go to the moon. Okay, oil also looks like it's going to rise. Looks like a good time to buy it right now, actually. Okay, as a matter of fact, I'm going to buy oil now. It is a little premature, but I like the way that it looks. Okay. All right, guys, I'm buying oil. Three minutes left. 2 minutes. Gold looks like it's going to rise. So gold, gold may be our play of the day, just from the way that it's setting up. Okay, now we broke the low of yesterday, but now we're rejecting this fair value gap from a lower time frame. All right, and where is that fair value gap? Okay, can't seem to find it right now. Um, Maybe it doesn't exist. Okay, it was from the daily. All right, but definitely getting major rejection. I'm gonna get some alerts on this because news is about to drop. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, gold. I'm sorry, dollar at a trend line, and it could bounce. So here we go. Good morning, Toya. All right, so more votes coming in. Still, everyone thinks news is going to come out good for the dollar, but we're getting some votes for bad. So we're going to find out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, dollar rejecting that trend line. That may be good news. Yep, it's rising up. And you guys look like you were right. Price or unemployment came out lower. Dollar hasn't moved a whole lot, but gold looks like it may fall. All right. So let's clean up the charts a little bit. Yeah, guys, gold has definitely given us bearish market structure. Okay. And just let's see. Because again, everything initially is a bit of a knee jerk reaction. So we don't want to move too quickly because we may get caught up in that whiplash. All right. So let's give, at least 15 minutes for, a candle to close. So going down to the 15-minute will do us some justice. So as you can see, we didn't get a whole lot of movement out of the dollar, right? So as much as we believe that the dollar should rise because of the good news, it hasn't done so far, right? We're getting barely any movement on it. And that is typically not how this goes, right? Especially with unemployment. Now, it can, obviously be like that sometimes, as you guys can see today, but typically that's just not how it is. So here, again, nothing much. To be honest, let's see if the indices did anything. Nope, they're not. Again, Nas just really looks super bullish. Looks like it wants to take off to the moon, but it just hasn't done so far. My alert for it has not got triggered. Here goes the dollar. All right, now dollar's starting to rise. All right. So with that, guys, we may take our chances on selling gold. I do like the structure. All right. So one moment. for my team, if you guys took the NZD USD trade, please lock in profits. Okay, because again, dollar news coming out positive, there is a chance we could reverse on our trade. So please lock in profits. US 30 rising, nothing yet. My oil trade is nothing. And gold hasn't really moved. Yeah, dollar just hasn't really did a whole lot. But again, gold does look like it wants to drop at the moment. So we're going to have to set some alerts and give it a little bit more time. All right, again, it's just 5 minutes roughly after news and no real movement just yet. So because of that, guys, dollar may still want to fall. And votes are still higher for good news on the dollar. All right, so let's back on out, get a better view. Okay, so again, it just really looks like it's respecting this trend line. Again, looks like it can rise up. I don't see any fair value gaps to the downside. All we really have is a break of a support level here. Okay, and that is acting as resistance. Okay. So for this resistance, I'm just going to tighten this up a little bit. I don't really need all of that to be showing. Really, I'm just going to take it on over. All right. Boom. This is really all we need. All right. And there's the bigger picture. All right. This, kind of double top or at least equal highs. We came down, we broke the low. We made a lower low. Well, not lower than this, but lower than this low. All right. And we can pull back to retest this area that we broke, right? So that's where news may come into play to make this, line up, if being positive, right? Pull up to here. And again, this is somewhat of an order block right there. So it can probably get up into here and then potentially go back down. So that is one scenario. Now we do have news roughly at 9:30, I believe. Let's see. 9:45. So PMI. And again, this one may move it a little bit. Um, I'm not used to seeing PMI do too much, but there's, times that it will do something. So that is a factor. Maybe the dollar is waiting on that news, right? So we'll see if we'll be around for that. But ultimately, structure on the dollar right now is still bearish. So even with the good news that came out, the dollar's not really, doing any kind of major push up. So again, that's not convincing that it will rise. Uh, Therefore, we still want to look for any opportunities that look, that will play along with the dollar falling. Right. So all the alerts are set, and we can come back to this once it gets triggered. All right. So we'll leave it alone. Again, our NZD USD trade is still looking good. Gold trade is, just in the middle and trying to decide what it wants to do. All right. It's kind of coming off a little bit of a support area here. All right. Hasn't really touched it to the T just yet, but it is looking like uh, it's going to, you know, either break that or test it and reject it and rise. So there goes dollar. And now we're pushing up. Let's get down to the 15. Okay, so maybe gold is going to take a little bit of a dive, but again, I'm not convinced on the dollar just yet because again, that movement wasn't swift. It seems a bit more slow and methodical. So we will see. Okay, and there we are getting our retests. So the mystery is, will we break this resistance area and start to rise up to the next one, or will we start rejecting it and fall back down? Push our alerts up some more. More U.S. initial claims for jobless benefits, unadjusted weekly claims, unadjusted insured unemployment rate 2 weeks ago, 1.1% change. Okay, so we got that. But again, guys, not a significant push, okay? And it is getting some kind of rejection right at the resistance area. And there we go. We're starting to push down. So gold is, pushing down a little bit. But what I'm thinking here is that we may get a bit of a hunt to take out the liquidity, and then we start to rise on up like that on gold. So yeah, we'll see because again, things haven't really been rocking and rolling this morning, but we still have uh, pretty good structure on things, so we got potential to get into some really nice setups here. So let's go check these majors while the dollar does its dance. Okay. Now the euro dollar looks really good for a buy right now. And yeah, I mean, we're getting perfect rejection off the 61.8. We broke a high, made a new high, even broke this one. And we pull back right to the same area that we broke, when we broke this high. And we got a nice bullish body candle. So honestly, the Euro USD looks perfect for a buy right now. Um, and there you go. So plenty of rejection right off that resistance area, guys. Dollar looks like it may start to fall, right? And there you have it. So much for news. Okay, wasn't really that impactful. So guys, when I see structure like this, I don't really hesitate to take the trade. All right, because again, I have everything that I need. See prices in a uptrend structure here. And again, initially it was down, right? But then we switched over to being up and breaking above not only this high, but then this one as well, and pulling back, respecting this as support. This tells me it's time to do its thing. US dollar parade losses after initial jobless claims fall more than expected. Uh, that's not right. Um, Says fall more than expected. Oh, oh, oh. Why did I read that wrong? Ah, because they had it on green. Man, guys, again, I hope y'all paid attention to this because this was pretty major. I read this completely wrong, right? I said, oh man, it's positive. Oh, well, no, no, no. I'm sorry. I did read it right. So we did get less claims, all right? So there was less claims. That's why this came out green. But I don't know why when I just read that it seemed like it was bad. What did it say? Praise losses, uh, praise losses as jobless claim fall more than expected. Okay, see, yeah, it says falls more than expected. Like there was more people uh, that claim unemployment, but there were less. So yeah, I don't know. It's mixy. Either way, I don't, news I take with a grain of salt because, just over time I've noticed the chart will tell you more on what it wants to do. So, if you ever see charts like any pair in a downtrend and then news comes out and it automatically starts shooting up, right? Then news obviously was the major factor in that, and vice versa, right? If you see it in an uptrend and then it just automatically shoots down, news tends to make that happen. But typically, if you see it in the uptrend on the chart, the news typically just comes out showing you the results of what the chart already was telling you, right? That's usually how it is. But here we go. So it's trying to make me eat my words now, and it's pushing up. But once again, this is why you wait, right? Because we were on this 15-minute candle for a while. It was pushing up, it was rejecting, it was, looking like it was going to fall. Now it's looking like it's going to break. We got 2 seconds, and it broke. All right, so now where's it going to open up? Wow, looked like it froze. That's weird. Okay, so it opened higher, and now it is pushing higher. All right, guys. Yeah, it's not, this is all a waiting game, right? Let's look at gold. All right, not moving, not pushing too much. And again, as much as I want to buy this Euro USD with the dollar rising, this may fall. All right. But man, does it not look good for a buy, or it doesn't look good. All right, guys. If there's any pair that you guys were looking to take a trade on, please go ahead and throw it in the chat, and we'll take a look at it. All right, but again, dollar looks like it can push now. So gold, we may take the sell. Oil looks like it's pushing back in my favor. Okay, yeah, we definitely got a clean break above resistance. So pretty much, guys, we're wanting to wait, a few more minutes, and then we should take our opportunities on trades where the dollar is rising. Okay, there it goes. It's trying to push. Again, every chance that you get, guys, if you see a level, just go ahead and mark it. All right, it makes for better interpretation of what the dollar or what anything will really do when it breaks above it. All right, so by the time it gets to here, again, I'm expecting a little rejection and then potentially getting the break. Right, we got one break of resistance, which is good because we can see that it was a bit of a major level. Okay, but now this is just a minor little swing before price drop. So we can break this as well. Then it's probably definitely a goal that will get up to this area on the dollar. All right, but for now, we need to be just a little more patient, and then we'll get to it. So there it is. 2 more minutes left. Gold hasn't really pushed, but it is looking, you know, decent. All right. Again, guys, if you took that NZD USD trade, go ahead and lock in your profits because it could start to push down. All right. So the closer we get, getting a bit of rejection. Okay, now it definitely looks like it wants to take off. US 30 is a bit mixed. Again, we just broke this structure here. All right, so we may test that in fall. Time will tell. Okay, yeah, everything just holding pretty still. Wow, look at that. Right? So again, as much as you know, you guys will get that feeling over time, right? Of knowing how price typically moves and knowing that wait, something's wrong or nothing's wrong, right? It's just doing exactly what it's supposed to, how it typically does. And right now I can tell something's wrong, right? And either it's waiting for that news, that PMI news at 9:45, or there could be some other, political factors or economic factors that we're just not measuring, from a data standpoint, uh, you know, on Forex Factory that could cause the dollar to still fall, right? And again, just looking at it from this higher time frame, we were bearish, right? Yes, we rejected that trend line. We should push up, uh, being that we have positive news, but it's too mixy right now. Like it doesn't really seem like it has enough oomph behind it to, really get up there. And now we're beginning to fall. So guys, our NZD USD trade still has life in it. All right, it can absolutely rise and get to the promised land. So again, just break even or lock in profits. You can leave it as is as well. We only risking 35 pips, right? So you can just leave it be. But right now, guys, dollar is doing a little dance, and we need to see, what is it really gonna turn out to be, right? So again, this just requires a bit of patience, right? So news was at 8:30. It's now about 20 minutes later, and again, that's enough time to see a 15-minute candle close, and we're getting up to seeing two 15-minute candle closes. So that typically gives you more of the indication of where price actually wants to go, right? When time goes by. So, typically an hour is like the best time, right? But you can definitely, start around 30 minutes later. But when you get an hour past the news, whatever little riffraff it was going to do is typically over by that time. All right. So again, just a little tip for you guys. If you're going to be trading the news um, on any pair, right? Just give it some time after news comes out, and then go back to the chart, see what's what, and start to make your decision. Um, but yeah, we're looking bearish, guys. I want to look at price here on the NZD from a manipulation standpoint. Okay, and basically here's our Asian session. We were in a uptrend. All right. And when we broke out of the Asian session, we basically pulled back to this order block. All right. Dollar, dollar, dollar is falling, guys. So what I'm waiting on now, because we got nice rejection of that resistance area, we're getting a nice bearish candle. We still got 6 minutes left on it from this 15-minute time frame. I want to see it break this trend line and break this low, right? So again, let me identify it for you guys right there. Okay. If it breaks this trend line and this low, I'm going to be bearish on the dollar. So, I will do things like buy the euro dollar, which looked at really good, right? That I wanted to impulsively buy because of the way structure looked. I'm going to go ahead and buy the Euro USD. That'll probably be, um, the go-to play, and possibly buy gold, right? Possibly. This is very touchy. I can't lie because it's kind of torn in between the two. So, um, I'm not going to be as impulsy on gold. I would like to see it break above the previous day low. That's this white line right here that you guys see. So if price comes up and it breaks above that cleanly, right, looking like, something like this candle where it's open and closed above that line, I'm absolutely going to take gold for a position up from right about there. Take it up to here. That's a $47 move on gold. It's ridiculous. All right. And got to push it up a little more to get my 1 to 2. And there it is, $58 move. So you can clearly see that we might as well aim for this swing, which I'm going to do, right? And that's a 60, 70, all right, $70 move right there on gold. Guys, this is money in the bank, all right? So, hang tight with me a little bit here because things will begin to pick up, but we just got to, give it a little bit of time. All right, so again, $29 move for a stop loss, which is, I mean, this is pretty tight, so 31 is better. Um, Again, 310 pips, okay, 700 pips, all right, and that's just ridiculous, right? So we've had days like that, we've caught $50 moves, $60 moves on gold. It happens, right? With when the stars align, right? The charts look good. Maybe there's news that is a catalyst to it all. You get plays like that, right? It's just about understanding what you're doing and being patient, waiting for everything to play out the way that it should, and then you take the trade, and that's it. All right. So dollar, again, you see how it's just doing a little dance, right? And again, a lot of times I feel like it does that because it knows, you know, uh, what we're expecting, right? It knows we're expecting this drop, but what did it do? It pushed up, right? It pushed up to make you think, oh man, right? It's going up. Again, majority of you guys chose um, to say that the dollar was going to rise, or it's going to be positive for today. Not necessarily rise, but you guys said news would be positive. You were right about that. But now, the second part of it all is, um, what did the structure show on the dollar, right? So the dollar was not in a uptrend, all right? But, news came out positive, so, they're figuring, hey, let's try to, get them to think it's going to go up, right? Dollar eases after Wednesday's gains, right? So pushed up, and they're just talking about, pretty much this little drop, right? But doesn't mean it won't still drop, okay? So get rid of that, and let's see, how much is it going to play around. So you see, guys, here it is. We're at that 30-minute mark after news, and you can see, you got one candle pushed up and one that's a bit of a indecision candle because it just doesn't really have uh, too much wane on either side, right? You can see the wick above it and the wick below it. It's pretty much even. So it was just rocking back and forth, trying to get you guys to, uh, you know, get a little confused, right? But just setting more alerts. And we're going to come back, all right? New Zealand dollar is still looking good. Gold not moving. Oil, I am in profit. So again, if you guys haven't purchased it already, uh, the numbers are in the chat. So please take a look at oil and see if you want to get in. Right, it is looking very promising at the moment. few more alerts to let me know that it's rising. Again, if you guys can't see the numbers in the chat or off the screen, let me know and I will repost them for you. Typically, when the dollar goes down, oil will rise. All right. Now, one thing that hasn't happened on oil is after we broke this area here, we did not get the retest to that area. All right. So I am still expecting this, but you see my stop loss is pretty much here, right? It would probably be safer for you guys to get below this swing, but obviously you're going to be risking more. All right. Looking at roughly 140 pips, all right, that you'll be risking versus 80 pips roughly, all right. But as it looks right now, gold may just take off. We may not get that pullback. So again, the choice is yours if you want to wait until it pulls back, which typically it does, right? But we just don't know when it does, all right? So here's Fibonacci for the most part to kind of tell you, yeah, here's where we're gonna, kind of dive into if we pull back. But right now, it's looking pretty good to just continue rising, all right? But again, let me know if you need the numbers, and I will shoot them over to you. Yeah, oil is definitely giving a push here at the lower time frame. Got a nice swing for a level that was created here, which is really nice. All right, giving us that uptrend structure that we're so used to. So just once again, breaking this high. So if we do pull back, we're most likely going to get to here and then bounce up. All right, but we'll see. We'll sweat because you never know. All right, make these alerts a little tighter. And again, if you guys have questions about any of these trades, let me know and I will answer them for you. So again, just from a higher time frame, guys, y'all see how we were consolidating all the way through. We broke through resistance, which I thought we were going to fall, but then we didn't, right? We turned around, and now this is definitely looking way more bullish than it is bearish. Of course, it can turn around. Price can always do anything, but we're not trying to stay too caught up on all the what ifs, right? Because if we do, we'll never take a trade. So what you need to do is just kind of stack the odds, right, in your favor, whichever side you believe price is going to go, and take it, right? You'll never know, right? So here we go, dollar falling once again. So we're still looking good on NZD USD, and I'm getting ready now to buy Euro USD. All right, my team bought Pound USD. Let's see how we're doing. We're up 24 pips. All right, and it's looking even more promising. Yep. Now that the dollar seems to be pushing down a little bit. All right, so I'm going to get a few alerts on here. Again, team, you will know whether or not we're getting more money on pound dollar. All right, whoop, there it is. Now let's see if we got the day right, because I don't know if that's still the same. Okay, it is. All right, but here is pound dollar from a higher time frame, right? You guys see the downtrend here. Then we started moving up, right? Broke above that high and created structure and was still rising. So again, we made the move down from here. Now we're making the move right back up to this same area, potentially higher. All right, dollar's definitely making some moves, and here we go. So Like I said, once we can break above, I'm sorry, below this trend line and the support line, it's definitely going to be a goal for the trades that I'm looking to get into. All right. And with the dollar falling, NAS should probably take off. So let's take a quick look at NAS. Guys, we may take this on a very, very tight position. I'm looking at it from a daily standpoint right now, but we'll drop down to the lower time frame and try to get a bit of a sniper entry because, again, NAS is one of those pairs that moves significantly. All right, so oil's taking off. Guys, and profit on oil, don't miss out. All right, getting back over to NAS really quick. Let's line it up. See if we can take advantage as the dollar seems to be falling. All right, NASDAQ S&P 500 set for strong open as NVIDIA results light up chip stocks. So come on. All right. All right, we're right on time with it. Okay. So here we go. This is the high of yesterday for NAS, and here is the low of yesterday for NAS. So we broke the high. We tried to come back to it. We didn't touch it to the T, but we definitely got the fair value gap. Okay, that sits right there. All right, perfect. Okay, so that was a nice balance out, and we took off. Once again, we broke this high. Come on out. Okay, we broke that high. It is now acting as support. All right, so we're expecting a pullback to here and then potentially the rise. We also have a nice fair value gap here. Let me get this in there. Okay, dollar's doing the dance. Don't want to miss it. So give me a second, guys. We're going to speed it up. But you guys can see NZD, USD, Euro, USD, oil, and NAS are the top plays that we're looking at. Again, NZD, USD, Euro, USD, NAS, and oil. Okay. Get these alerts in the mix. Okay, we have a low, we have a high, Fibonacci from the low to the high. And again, you can kind of see where we're expecting a bit of a pullback, guys. So again, for buying NAS, we can do it right now, right? In a few minutes, the stock market will be open. You guys heard the news about NVIDIA, right? They have good results, right? So they're expecting NAS, which is what we're trading right now, and S&P to open strong. Let's do this really quick. So here, this is all your top stocks in NAS. And quite frankly, they're all showing down right now, right? The top ones, Tesla, Amazon, Apple, they're all showing down. But again, who knows how things are going to be when the market actually opens? This could turn around very easily, especially because Amazon, like I can see Amazon turning around, is only 0.01% down, so that's nothing, as well as Apple 0.7, that's nothing. But Tesla, being 3 points down, that is significant. And Tesla's typically the top company that moves the NAS. So this will weigh in pretty heavily if it, opens as negative during the market open, which we may see a bit of a pullback because of it, right? And then it'll turn positive with the results of Nvidia, and NAS will shoot to the moon, guys. You know, it's all bullish on the NAS. Okay, so don't be surprised if the NAS rises today, right? You can take advantage of a pending order, right? Putting it right here, putting your stop below the low of yesterday. That's only 66 points. And then you take it up for your 1 to 2. This is how you do it, guys, right? A easy 140 pips on NAS to the upside. And probably by the time the market opens, it'll hit that because we have news for the dollar, which is a catalyst. And then we also have what you guys can see, NVIDIA, whatever their, maybe it's their earnings call. I'm not 100% sure. But whatever the news that's going to be coming out for NVIDIA, because I did read about them just skyrocketing in their price. So I think they hit a milestone actually on their stock price. So, with that kind of news, especially driving in the tech sector of AI, right? That's going to cause NAS to, take off. So again, guys, look for your opportunity to buy NAS, right? Again, it comes off the pullback when it drops down, or you can just buy it now and just put your stop loss here and let it ride out for the rest of the day. All right, but eyes definitely on NAS. All right, see, US 30 is not really giving us that bullish market structure. Not that it can't go up, right? Because it will be affected by, um, dollar news as well as probably, just regular stock stuff. But it doesn't look bullish, right? So I'm leaving it alone. But SPY, okay, SPY looks bullish. It looks just like NAS. Broke yesterday's high. So let's get it all together here. All right, dollar, what did you do? Yep, there we go. All right, guys. So I'm about to. It hasn't given me a clean break yet, but a few more alerts, and I think that'll do it. All right. So we did have a little time together here, but seems like it's going to be well worth it in a second. So guys, hang tight. All right. But again, I'm just looking for a very clean break on the dollar. But man, did we get our break and our retest? And here are the bulls. I'm sorry, bears showing up. So let's get ready. Yeah, guys, we'll take this gold trade. Matter of fact, we'll take it now in anticipation that that way we only have we have less risk of an $18 move. But I'm very skeptical because I kind of feel like it's gonna go boop, take us, and then rise up. So maybe I actually want to wait until it breaks above here because man, it, it, I know how the game goes, right? But gold is, one that you also need to add to your list for the potential buy. All right. But SPY, right? There it is. So again, guys, these, SPY and SPY, NAS, and gold and oil. Those are the top four. That'll get you paid today. All right. You don't need all four, guys. You just need one. Okay. And that'll do you justice, right? You can load up on your lot size, making sure that it, doesn't really over leverage your account so that you don't blow it, right? You'll be able to maintain chip index poised to pop as NVIDIA results, please. There we go, guys. Just more and more, confirmation, if you will. All right. So these are positive things that you guys need to take into consideration. All right. So here is our fair value gap. We've already came back to it after we created it. Came back, bullish candle, broke this high, and now we're doing the same old dance over and over again, guys. And if you guys notice, this looks exactly how Nas did, right? Nas broke yesterday's high, made a fair value gap, pulled back to it, and took off. So we can see it right here, right? Broke the high, made a fair value gap, and hasn't really pulled back to it just yet. But again, oh yeah, no, from here it broke the high of yesterday and pulled back to it, and then it took off. So SPY looking pretty much the exact same way. All right, so when we get into it, right, we got another fair value gap right here. Okay, and let's mark it. Okay, I'm getting my dollar alerts, so I'm getting pretty happy, guys. I'm about to take these trades, all right, because um, of everything that's being mentioned, and it's coming close to 9:30. So here we go. Position like this on SPY, and I'm getting below this fair value gap just in case it wants to do a little dip, right? Because I see that it can come back to what the area that it broke. You feel me? So if it does that, I'm still alive, and then we'll get the rise, right? That's what I'm looking at for SPY. So let me just line up my 1 and 2, and then I'm gonna make it do what it do. Boom, boom, boom. There it is. Just a 44-point move, but you can get a whole lot more than that. All right, when the market begins to open, I'm going to set some alerts. But guys, we got to get rocking and rolling. Very nice setups this morning. Okay, and it only took about an hour to really, evaluate things, but it was worth it because the rest of the day, probably all the way up until 2, 3 o'clock, we'll have some nice movement on the pairs that we've been looking at. All right. So let's see if the dollar is ready to rock and roll. Look at that oil, right? Get into it. Again, guys, I tell you, don't miss out. All right. Okay. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for me. All right. Pound dollar, we're doing good. So euro dollar, how about you? Yep. See, should have bought it. But, it is what it is, guys. Gotta play it safe. All right. Here is my break, right, of that trend line in the support area. So of course, we just broke. We're getting a bit of a pullback. I'm going to go to the lower time frame to get more details. All right. Let's crank this up a little bit so you guys can see it well. All right. So all those alerts that I have at the top for it to rise, we're going to use those down here to let me know when it's starting to fall once again. Okay. So this was used to give me confirmation that the dollar is going to fall. Now I'm just expecting a pullback. Here's a fair value gap, so I'll map that out. And again, this is all you guys will have to do, typically on a consistent basis. It's just identify levels, structure, right? Gaps, zones, trend lines, things like that to make your decisions off of, okay? Um, that's just how that goes. So look at where this fair value gap is and look what price is doing. Getting right to that fair value gap to reject it. So by the time I get a candle that again opens and closes below this green line, the support, it's a go, right? I'm buying everything, right? I'm buying gold, buying NAS, buying SPY, buying Euro USD. I'm already in NZD USD and Pound USD, so I'm gonna eat pretty good today, right? Just from a market structure standpoint. Now, we do have news for the dollar at 9.45, which again, I don't typically see. Look at that rejection, guys. It's about to be game time. All right. I can even go to the 1 minute to really, kind of snipe it. All right. So there it is. It's pushing down. So I did get my candle that opened and closed below that green line. So, it's really time to go. All right, let's get to it, guys. I'm convinced. All right. Um, so let's hop out. All right, there it is. Dollar falling and euro rising. So I'm buying euro USD right now. All right, my stop loss will be right below the 61.8, taking it right to the Fibonacci level. There's my 1 to 2, 53 pips for 126. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Guys, please get in where you fit in. All right, here it is. And there it is. All right. So this is again Euro USD. All right, it's a buy now. My entry price is 1.08595. Excuse me. Stop loss is 1.09850. And that is, I'm sorry, my bad. That's not the stop loss. 1.08. Let me just get it right. All right, but we're already in profit on the Euro USD 1.08057. Again, that's 53 pips. Okay, TP, it's going to be 1.09850, and that is 126 pips. All right, that is our Euro USD play. Again, we're already in pound, and it's getting down. We're up 30 pips. Guys, just take a look at the numbers. If you need them, let me know. I will give them to you. All right, NZD, USD, we are still rocking and rolling. My team took this last night. Shout out to Martez setting us up with this one, but it was picture perfect, especially off this daily time frame that we're on. You see structure very textbook. This is how major trades are won, big trades are won, because you have clean setups like you do here. Again, just so many things about this are telling us to buy. So the only thing, if we ever lose these kind of trades, I know it wasn't because our analyst was wrong and things like that. I always know it's because of news. That's just the way it is. All right. But NZD, USD, Pound USD, Euro USD, all looking good. Now over to gold. So gold, guys, is going to be tricky. Okay. You can buy it right now, but it just is tricky. All right. So I don't want to put all my faith in buying gold, but I have to say that I can see it rising for sure, right? I can definitely see it at least getting back to this trend line, right? And that's still, what, 38, 40 points, right? That's 400 pips. It's ridiculous, okay? But, you know, you got to be willing to lose this 29, 30 pips, right? That's 290, 300 pips on gold. If you're not willing to lose that, don't take gold for the buy. If you want more confirmation that it's going to rise, then of course wait for price to break back into the low of yesterday up into here, right? And when it does that, you can feel more confident that it's going to rise even more, all right? But so far, it's very touchy, and I want to see just a little more pressure up before I buy it. But I'm probably going to buy it, uh, when this is all said and done, all right? So hang tight. Okay, here goes dollar. And down on that 1 minute time frame, we're pushing down. There goes NAS. All right, so NAS is pushing down a little bit to the fair value gap. Right, of course, we wanted to drop a little bit more, so we're going to wait just a little bit. All right, try to catch it at a lower price. Oil, it's just dancing around. US 30 looks like it's going to drop. And SPY again doing a little pullback. So we're going to wait to try to catch it just a little bit as it gets into here. And then we're going to pull the trigger. All right. But 921. So to be honest, guys, I kind of want to buy everything before 930 hits, because I think, you know, things are going to go bananas. I don't want to miss NAS and SPY, but man, I feel like when the news comes, maybe it'll give us a little drop first, right? Because that's how uh, things go with anything with the market. It manipulates first, right? So if it wants to go up, it's going to push down first. And if it wants to go down, it's going to push up first. So again, you guys got to remember that as a little tip, right, for trading. So again, I'm very antsy, because again, as much as it will probably manipulate down and then go up first, there's still that opportunity for it to just push up because it's already going down. So it's very, very tough. All right. But ultimately, I'm going to be buying one of these, right? NAS or SPY, most likely NAS, because NVIDIA, affects this more. Um, and it just looks like a really good setup. So here goes dollar again, pushing down more. Guys, I'm gonna take my chance. Okay, I'm feeling antsy today. Yes, I teach control your emotions, but I do like the setup. So again, if you guys want to keep your emotions in check, then wait till after news. But I'm gonna take a gamble because structure is nice. We ran up, we're pulling back right now. Now again, we haven't just gotten deep into the zone, but if I can purchase right now, I can still have my stop below here, right about there. I think it's pretty good, and that 72 points won't hurt me at all, but that 140 points will definitely make me feel pretty good. All right, so I'm going to purchase NAS probably at 925. All right, I'm gonna let this drop a little more, but just get ready for either buying NAS or SPY, and potentially gold. Like, we're already getting rejection here, guys. I'm feeling like gold is going to explode on us when the market opens. All right, but man, it's so, these are such exciting times. But FX options wrap low risk UK vote 11 BLN euros CAD 1.4. Not sure what that's all about, but not worried about it for now. I'm looking at the dollar, and boy, oh boy, see what I'm saying, guys? Pushing, pushing, pushing down even more. All right, I think it's enough, right? I'm going in on NAS. All right, so here I got my position there. All right, get the stop loss down to here. TP right where it needs to be. All right, don't have a 1 or 2 from what that shows, so I'm going to crank it up. And again, they're expecting an explosion, guys. So I'm rolling with the critics, right? And seeing if I can test my luck, right? 1 of 7, so a little more. And I'm already in profit. There's my 1 or 2, making it do what it do. So I will give you guys the play. Now it's 100. Okay, this is a buy now. Okay, entry price. All right, and it is 25. We got 5 minutes to market open. So guys, get in where you fit in. If you're scared that it's going to drop down and you want to be more disciplined, I understand. Don't take it. Wait until 9:45, 10 o'clock, then try to get into your trade. But I just got a feeling with everything that was being said about Nvidia and what the dollar's doing that we'll get a rise right out the gate. That's just my feelings on it. All right. So if you don't feel the same, don't take the trade. All right. But there's your stop loss and your TP. Go ahead and make it do what it do. I'm also going to go ahead and jump into SPY for the buy. Stop loss down below the fair value gap. Take profit up to the top here. And let's see, do I have a 1 or 2? Yes, I do. All right. So SPY. Okay. So buy now. All right. Entry is going to be 5341. Okay. Stop loss is 5321. TP is 5387. All right, guys, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button for me. Appreciate the love. All right, gold is last on the list. Oh man, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait on gold, but I feel like I'm gonna regret it. But it's all good. I got enough trades in for the day, and I'm gonna leave it be. But get some alerts on this. We got 3 minutes. Okay, so let's see what we can do, ladies and gentlemen. All right. All right, SPY. Yep, dropping. NAS rejecting the fair value gap. Push my alerts down a little bit. Okay, there we go. So any alerts on NAS most likely is going to be for rising. I'm going to take this one away, push it up. All right. Actually push these down a little bit. Okay, there we go. So yes, sir. 2 minutes, guys. 2 minutes. Guys, we'll see if there's magic or disaster. All right, because it is pushing down. Like I said, it manipulates down first and then probably, shoot up. Now, do we have, all right, so we're not overbought. but we do have equal highs here, which is concerning. But again, going with overall structure from a higher time frame, it is bullish. All right, we've gotten a nice pullback here, and we're getting another pullback right now. So we will see in just a little bit. All right, 1 minute left. All right, pushing down. Okay, it is 9:30. So let's see what it's going to be. There goes US 30 falling, which it looks like it wanted to do. Look at that. So we were all down. Now Tesla's up, Amazon is up, Microsoft is up, Netflix is up. All right, Apple, you can turn around too. All right, but let's see if we're going to get any news to come out. What is the dollar doing? All right, dollar's doing a little bit of a retest. So push the alerts up. Okay, now it's still pushing down. Let's get low. Okay, still respecting this fair value gap for the time being, but getting a little rejection. All right, going to that next fair value gap. Again, this candle isn't closed, so let's get down to 5 minute. Again, all the top stocks are looking green. They're pushing up. Again, guys, this is another thing that you can factor in to these indices, all right? So again, remember, manipulate down and then take off, right? Look, we started from here, pushing all the way up, and now we're coming right back down. We're right at that area. Okay, so I'm going to put a little support line right here. Okay, and what do you know, right? It's rejecting that, but we'll see. All right, it's getting close. There's that gap. It's at it now, so I'm going to remove this one. I'm going to remove this one. It's blown past those. All right, and now what are we going to get? Rejection, more rejection. All right. Now, this was the ideal place that I wanted to buy it from, but got my stop below it, so we're still good. But we'll see. Hanging on. Tesla climbing, Amazon climbing. And here we go, guys. Nice rejection. Okay. This is on the 5 minute. Play. Tesla a little down, probably a pullback. Yeah, we can look at it, right? What do you know? Tesla starts construction of Megapack energy storage battery factory, first outside the USA. So again, this may be good news, but we can see here on the 5 minute, guys, this was, where's 9:30? Oh, right there. So again, it pushed up high, and now it's just pulling back. So again, remember we saw it green as it opened, and now it's red. But again, just a pullback for now. Let's see what the higher time frame shows. All right, oil is rising. All right, still in profit. Tesla, yeah, guys. So Tesla looks, it looks like it's getting ready to turn around. So here was a major down move. We broke some highs right here, broke this high, went higher. This is a higher low, and now we're probably going to make that higher high sometime throughout the day here. So, and it's very choppy with the candles, but there it is. And I'll put some alerts on it. Okay, it has a bit of a low that it could respect right there. So back over to NAS. And there we go. It's starting to rise right from that fair value gap. So again, down for a little bit here. Gold also looks like it's about to explode. Dollar is falling. We got our retest. Okay. And now we're starting to head down. So again, I expect NAS to rise. Okay. And one more for good measure. Guys, I'm very tempted, very tempted to buy gold right now. But I'm holding on. And it's hitting alerts almost every time. So dollar alerts, there it is. All right, pushing. NZD still good. Pound dollar still good. 31 pips up. Euro dollar, we're a little below. All right, so just gonna give it a little bit, but guys, I'm gonna run with this. All right, the plays for the day. Again, gold still on the lookout, right? We get that break above 23.75. It is definitely a go. All right, NAS playing around at our fair value gap, but I believe will turn around. Things are starting to look green, and we know what's going on with NVIDIA. All right, so don't be surprised if by the time you blink, right, before news comes out for the dollar in the next 5 minutes or so, that this, takes off to the upside. All right, SPY, all right, did the same exact thing, took a nice dip, right, and we're bullish pressure all in this fair value gap. So, I got the stop loss really tight, right? And I can probably just adjust that to this low, right? And right about there, just a little breathing room from that fair value gap. But I'm expecting a rise on SPY, right? It looked it like divergence, but look, it took the big dip down to where it's almost oversold. And you can see we're still lined up in that fair value gap. So we could easily turn around off of that. I'm going to push the alerts down just to get notified a little early of it pushing up. All right, and that will do it. All right, guys, but any questions, any comments, any concerns whatsoever, I want to give you guys the floor. Let me know. NCD, USD. again, guys, taking questions, comments, concerns. Oh, dollar did a little push up here. This is now pretty much invalid. All right. All right, guys. So that'll do it for this morning. Again, just keep your eyes peeled. News in 5 minutes or so. And the indices will definitely show you their, what they want to do right after that. All right. So keep an eye on everything and, we'll get to it. All right. But thank y'all for joining. Y'all have a great morning. All right. Peace.